Hey guys, welcome to DevOpsSchool. In this video tutorial, we are going to learn about Docker. It helps us to create, deploy and run applications by using containers. After going through this tutorial, I promise you that the concept and understanding of the Docker will be absolutely clear to you. But before we begin, let me inform you few things about us. DevOps School is one of the leading platforms which offers DevOps, cloud and containers technology training and certification programs for freshers and established professionals who wish to update and consolidate their skills in the dynamic IT scenario. We ensure that the training solutions are delivered by highly experienced domain experts with practical working experience in various verticals. You can join our all training programs globally through online platforms, and if you're looking for classroom workshop, then we have regular batches available in Hyderabad and Bangalore. Check out the dates and enroll with us for our upcoming batches. For more info, link and contact details are mentioned in the description below.
Okay, so guys, we are starting. Okay, so see here, let's say you are a developer. Okay, you are a developer, or some of you are DevOps engineer. Okay, so one developer, see this diagram actually. See what you did. Let's say what all tools we need to develop a software. First of all, what all tools we need? We need one laptop. Okay, into that laptop we should be having one operating system. On top of our operating system we should be having our required software, whatever we want to write software, like we want to develop an application in Java, so we should be having Java. If we want to develop application in PHP, so we'll be using PHP and its library and binary files. Okay? By using these tools we will be developing our software. Let's say your operating system is having some different version, PHP will be having a separate version. Okay, everything will be having their own versions, right? You develop a code, everything you seen that everything is good, everything looks good, and what you did finally, you uploaded that particular code to Git or SVN. Okay, developer upload that code to Git or SVN. His job is done now. Now DevOps guy came into the picture. Okay. What he will be doing, DevOps guy will be just fetching or downloading that code from SVN or Git, and he will be deploying that code to the production UAT, whatever environment it is. So he will be deploying that code to the server. Okay, let's say DevOps guy just figured out that this is the buggy code, something is not working. So what he will be doing? He will be going back to developer, right? And developer will be troubleshooting, helping him to troubleshoot what the issue is going on. They will be wasting a lot of time in this process. This is time consuming process. And finally what developer is getting to know that he developed that code by using PHP version 7.0, or we are having PHP 6.0 on our production environment or UAT environment. Okay, so this all process took long time, right? So to resolve such kind of things, okay, mismatching of version, libraries are not available, right? Required files are not, configurations are not there. To solve such kind of situations, Docker came into the picture. Okay, so let's see what happens in Docker. Okay, so as I told you, what all thing we required to develop an application software, operating system and the software, PHP and Java, whatever it is. Okay, so how containerization is solving this situation? See, we need an entity which can contain all the software dependencies and can be ported on the other computers plug and play package. So what this container will be doing, they will be having their own operating system like Ubuntu or CentOS, whatever as per our requirement, and that container will be having that required software package inside this. Okay, once developer done with his development, or he is done with writing this code, and what will have to do a developer or ops guy, this thing can be handled by a developer or DevOps guy. Okay, so what we will be doing, we will be putting all the container, all the files, our application files and configuration inside the container. Once container is ready, we will be creating an image. Okay, once we are having that image is ready, what we will be doing, we will be deploying that image to our infrastructure, right? Production, UAT, QA, whatever it is. So we'll be deploying that image. So no need to configure additionally software, additionally PHP on your server. No need to configure, download, or configure some binary again and again. Just take that container from SVN and then deploy on your environment. That is called containerization. Everything will be inside that container. Okay. I hope you guys are getting the things. If any any issue or anything you want to know, if you're not getting understand, so ask me now. I think it's good, or it's good for everybody, right?
So is it the same as Ansible? Ansible and no, right? That is used for
No, no.
configuration management.
Ansible is configuration management that will be handling your infrastructure. Like you want to install something on your infrastructure, two, three, or more than two, three nodes you are having. You want to install Apache, you want to install PHP. So this kind of thing will be handled by Ansible.
Okay.
Totally different
Okay.
scenario.
Okay.
Can you repeat again, please? What to repeat? Please ask clear questions. Joy, what do you want to repeat?
So what's the difference between VM and Docker?
Yeah, definitely I'm going there. Okay. So see,
So,
we are
okay.
having,
So, Anish, this is Joe.
okay,
I just could not able to interpret properly the introduction. Okay. So my questions are like this. Three questions. Okay. So I am a developer. I'm writing my
okay,
code on my machine or my laptop. Let's say office supply
okay,
machine or laptop, right? Okay. So
okay,
let's say I wrote a PHP program. Okay, on my laptop,
okay,
and then the first stage is, let's say my code needs to go into some sort of a UAT environment, okay, and
okay,
then followed by the production.
okay.
So what I could not interpret is, so are you saying that in companies, most of the nowadays, they will put that into a subversion or a kind of a version control centralized tool, and then from there,
Yeah, this is the,
the
yeah, yeah. Go ahead, go ahead.
okay, so from there, the developer will pull whatever changes they want to do it to their local machine, and
No,
then
let's see. Okay,
okay,
let me start again. See,
uh,
here we are having developer. He developed on code by using some PHP software or some another. Okay, give me a, guys, give me a moment. Yeah, guys. So see, one developer is here and he developed some code written in PHP. Once his development is done, he will be uploading that particular code to Git or SVN, whatever technology he is using. I mentioned to Git or SVN. Okay, so he will be pushing that code to Git or SVN. So the DevOps guy, what he will be doing, he will be deploying that code to prod environment. Let's say prod environment. Okay. So what he is doing, just DevOps guy fetch that code and he is deploying that code on production servers. So finally, what he is seeing, some bugs are there in code again. So what he will be doing, he will be just going back to developer, bro, I am getting blah blah error, and please help me to fix it out. Okay, this is the lengthy process because of the communication. He will be going and deploying, and again he's seeing some error, and he's coming back to developer, and they will be sorting out the thing. And finally, what they are getting to know, the developer developed the code by using PHP version 7.0, and server is having PHP version 6.0. Okay. So where I was, yeah guys. So where I was, so see, what will happen is like developer will be developing the code and putting to Git or SVN. Ops guy will be just fetching the code and he will be uh, deploying, and he is seeing some error. He'll be going back to developer, and finally they are figuring out some version mismatches there, right? Version mismatches there. So whenever we need an infrastructure on our server, so we will be installing PHP and all those software, right, separately. But here in Docker, here in containerization, what will be happening is we will be having containers, okay, and the containers will be having our operating system and all the configurations files, right, along with like php and its own binary, and all the configurations will be wrapped into this container. And what we will be doing finally, we will be deploying this container to servers. It means no need to install php separately on server, okay. Even you are having CentOS, but still you can run Ubuntu container on the server, okay. I hope it's clear now.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, got it. So, so then Anish, the question is, so this container which you just mentioned, will this be, these containers will
Okay.
be separate for environment, for dev, for QA, and for prod, or there will be one container at any point of time, like a golden source, and
Okay.
everybody within the company, whether it's a developer or the infrastructure guys, they will only refer to that container.
Okay. So see, we are having multiple versions of our application. So what we will be having one image. We will be converting that container into the image, and that container might be that container image might be having that tarball, or it might be uploaded to some custom repository, or might be Docker Hub. Multiple ways we are having. Or if we are requiring the same container to use on all the environments, so we will be using that only. This totally depend on our requirement. Okay. So now, uh,
Did you say we convert the container?
yeah, we will be converting container to image. Once everything is okay, everything is ready, like every configuration is okay. So what we will be doing, we will be creating image of that particular container. Okay, two things we are having: container and images. And container will be created by using images only. Okay.
Then my last
See here,
question, Anish, is
previously we used to,
the last question is,
yeah,
so while we understood this container, while it is good, but then are there any limitations in terms of the technology stack which can be used into the container? Now let me give you a bit of a brief. I'm reading in the internet about all this thing. I'm slightly confused. So my question
okay,
is it limited to a specific technology stack that can be used, or it doesn't matter whether your application stack would be anything? For an example, it can be an AS400 stack, it could be a mainframe stack, it could be a .NET stack, or whatever it could be. Uh, is every sort of technology stack can be container based service? Is it possible, or there is some
yeah,
limitation?
it is possible. And the one thing is that if your host machine is using Linux machine, so you can create only Linux containers. Okay. If you want to create Windows container like .NET container and something like that, so you should be having a host machine your Windows. Okay, then only it will work. Okay, so let's come to this thing, virtualization. So virtualization, VMs or VPS servers. So into this technology in virtualization in VM and all, what we used to do, we used to do hardware level virtualization. What it does mean by hardware level virtualization? We will be we will be virtualizing the hardware. We will be allocating RAM to separate VMs. We will be allocating some hard drives and some CPU cycles to our VMs. Okay, so this is hardware level virtualization in case of VM. So see the architecture of our virtualization. Okay, so host machine will be there. This is type 2 hypervisor. Actually, this is the example of type 2 hypervisor. Okay, so we will be having our host machine and host operating system. On top of host operating system, we will be installing hypervisor. It could be anything, your Oracle VirtualBox or VMware, right? On hypervisor, we will be creating separate virtual machines, right? And every virtual machine will be having guest operating system, some binary and libraries, and on top of binary library, we will be hosting our application, right? This is the thing. Let's say I'm having three VMs, okay, three VMs I'm having, and each of these VMs are having 1 GB RAM allocated, okay, and let's say 2 GB is allocated to host machine, that is dedicatedly before host machine, okay, host operating system 111, okay. Each of these VMs are having 1 GB. Let's say app1 is using only 250 MB of RAM. Same with app2. App2 is also using 250 MB of RAM. And app3, see, app3 now it is running 950, and it need more than 1 GB RAM. So it is not possible for me to use these VMs additionally RAM unnecessarily they are having, right? I cannot dynamically use it. Whatever is assigned to that particular VM, that will be the limitation for that particular VM, okay. But here in Docker, see the Docker image, Docker architecture now. Just click on this, yeah. So see, this is the containerization. So in containerization, this is called operating system level virtualization, okay. So what it will be doing here is, see, host operating system, on top of host operating system we will be installing container engine, okay. Here in our container engine, it could be anything, your Docker, LXC, or Kata, and your uh, core OS. That's called Rocket container, I guess. Yeah. These days that is Rocket container. So multiple container technology we are having these days. So Docker is very famous one. That is the reason we are using Docker. Okay. So here we will be having our container engine, that will be Docker. Here we will be creating containers. Every container in our infrastructure, they will be having their own library and binary and the apps. See, here we will not be having concept of cast operating system and the VM's configuration like RAM allocated and all. Whatever RAM is available on our host machine, so what this container will be doing, as per the container requirement, they will be accessing RAM from host operating system, okay. But still we are having facility to put some limitation of RAM and CPU on the container. Putting limitation on RAM, that is okay, that is fine, that is cool. But if you are putting limitation on the CPU, it is not suggested by Docker as well, okay. Because if anything goes wrong, if you are if you are like doing wrong configuration for CPU in your container, so that will be directly making effect to your host operating system or host machine. It can cause totally down of your server, okay. This is the scenario. So as per the requirement, container will be using the RAM. If this container need 250 GB, 250 MB of RAM, so it will be accessing that much only RAM from host machine. Okay, this is the containerization. How it works now? How it works? So see some components I'm having here. See, in my uh, server or my operating system, host operating system, we will be having one Linux kernel, storage, device mapper, AutoFS. We will be having some separate namespaces, C group, networking, security. So what? So give me a moment. So what it will be doing? See some theoretical part now. Again, Docker internal containers are method of operating system virtualization that allow you to run application and dependencies in resource isolated process. Container allow you to easily package an application code, configure and dependencies into easy use building blocks that application can be deployed quickly, consistently, regardless deployment environment. Okay. So we are having Linux kernel feature that create the walls between container and the process running on the host. So what it will be doing, um, it will be just providing you like a feature that will be isolating the processes, right? Let's say I want to install nginx on our server, okay, that is cool, we can install one nginx. Now my requirement is to install or work with Apache httpd. Can I do that? Two web server in single machine? single host. It is not possible. But here in Docker, it is possible because of it is isolating the things. Okay. So what it will be doing, what all your container will be containing, right? Let's say you need to run an nginx container. So what that container will be containing, whatever things that is required to run or to up and running your nginx server, so that only binary that container will be containing. Rest of the thing, uh, your container will be sharing from the host machine. Okay. Yeah, our namespace is there. Okay. What is the namespace? Wrap a set of system resource and present them to process to make it look like they are dedicated to that process. Okay. Namespace. And C group. C group governs isolation and usage of the system resources such as CPU and memory for group of process. Example. Okay. So C group is something some in background. These all process C group namespace, uh, firewalls. These all things works in background. Okay, you will not be dealing with this. Okay, this is theoretically only. So C group is something that will be isolating our system resources. Okay, what all things are necessary to tell you now. Type of hypervisor. So this is type 1 hypervisor, type 2 hypervisor. Okay, this is just for an idea what type 1 hypervisor is and what type 2. So type 1 hypervisor, what we'll be doing is on type 1 hypervisor, directly you will be installing a hypervisor on the machine, on the server, and then you'll be creating VMs. Type 2 hypervisor, basically we will be using type 2 hypervisor, or basically in our daily life we uses type 2 hypervisor in like our VMs, Oracle VirtualBox or VMware. So we will be having our host operating system, Windows and Linux, whatever it is, it will be installed on server, and then we will be installing hypervisor, and then we will be creating VM. Okay. So Oracle VirtualBox is the example of type 2 hypervisor. One more image was there, this one here. So why do you use Docker? Okay, so see something about Docker or VMs. There's a comparison between them. So VMs are very heavy in size, containers are very light. Let's say you want to use Ubuntu. Okay, so Ubuntu will be minimum hard drive space. It will be required like one gig or 2 gig. Okay, but the same thing you want to do with your Docker container, so it will be having size in size like 150 MB to 250 MB. In between that, it will be having size. Startup. Now, if I want to start the VM, so it will be it's slow. VMs are slow to start, and Docker containers are really very fast to start. Integration is very easy in containers. In VM, you have to do a lot of configurations. Okay. So now we will be seeing how to install Docker. Okay. Give me a moment. Let me start that VM first of all. Then we will be seeing installation of Docker. Yes. Guys, I hope you know how to install Ubuntu operating system or CentOS, whatever it is. Okay, see, I'm starting this VM. This is starting to take some time. Your VM should be having internet connectivity. Okay. Install Ubuntu and set the IP address. Okay. by using that file. What is that? vi etc and network and interfaces. Open this file and assign static IP. Okay, I'll be showing you that file, how that file should look like. And because I'm using bridge network adapter in my VM, okay, this is very important. Let me show you network settings. Go to the network setting. See here, it is, yeah, it is saying it is having net. Okay, by default it is saying net. So net is something that it will be allowing you internet access, okay, inside the VM, but you will not be able to access your VM outside the network or even from host machine. To access your VM from the host machine, so select the bridge network adapter, okay. And if you are using bridge network adapter, then what you will have to do, you have to select whatever network adapter is active, and that network adapter should be connected to internet. If it is not connected to internet, you guys will not be able to access your VM from the host machine. Okay, so in my case, I'm using this USB wireless LAN card. Okay, click on advanced. Promiscuous mode should be allow all, then okay. And just saving the settings. Okay, and the most important thing, people are uses different network adapters. I'm having USB, Wi-Fi, LAN, something. So that adapter is having some separate or some what to say, fixed IP addresses. Okay, let me show you something. It's IP range actually. Go to the connections, click on properties. Okay, so see here what it is saying. My IP range, see, 192.168 43 to 50. It is assigned to this adapter actually. This is the range actually, 43. Okay, always remember that. And the gateway will be 1. This is the gateway IP address. Okay, so whenever you are assigning or setting static IP to your VM, so the range should be like this: 192.168.43, and it could be anything, because 1 is assigned to gateway, 46 is for this my host machine. Okay, what happened to this now? Will be failing again, I guess. See, I just logged into my Ubuntu box, and now sudo dash. I logged in here. Okay, so what file I was talking about is this etc network slash interfaces. Okay, open this file. See here. Okay, even I have to set IP to this VM, and really setting IP and all. Okay, let's see. Let's do it. Instead of setting IP, give me a moment. This should be ready made, because if I'm setting IP and all those things, it will be taking long time. See, static, right, is static over there. Address 192.168.43. I want to use like 100. Now net mask should be 255. I'm using C class IP. That is the reason I'm using this net mask. It represents the C class IP. Okay, and now gateway. What would be the gateway? 192.168.43.1. Okay, this will be the gateway. And the most important thing, DNS name server. DNS name server, it will be 8.8.8. This will be the same for everyone. Okay, this is Google's public DNS IP address that is I'm mentioning over here. Okay, so now save, and now system cdl restart networking. See, always remember, if you are using Ubuntu box, so you will have to run that command systemctl network. Okay, network. If it is Ubuntu, so write networking. This is Ubuntu. Okay. This is being restarted. Now let's find out the IP address. See, I am having this IP address. My IP address has been assigned. Okay. I hope you guys are able to see uh, last fifth line. 1, 2, 3, 4, seventh line. 192.168.43.100. It has been assigned to that network adapter ENP03, and now try to ping Google whether I'm having internet connectivity or not. Google.com. See, it is pinging to Google. Now I'm having internet connectivity, and even I'm having some another VM. Let me log it in here. Root. Okay. Yes, it is also working, and root is enabled. And always remember that whenever you are having freshly installed Ubuntu boxes, so you will not be having root user enabled by default. You have to enable it. How you will be enabling? Just write passwd command, passwd under root. If you are pressing enter key, so it will be telling you to set password for root account. I'm just setting it. It has been set. Everything is okay, and just now it is ready. Okay, you can install Docker here, but I'm not installing Docker here because default I'm having some network limitation that I cannot access its link. Actually, this link vi etc, sorry, apt and source. This is the repository. Okay, into this repository some link is mentioned. So whenever I want to download or install anything, so I'll have to um, use this link. This is by default, no need to do anything. In your case, in your system, it will work fine. Okay, in my case I changed it into this VM. Okay, that is the difference between these two VMs. Okay, so that is the reason I'll be using this VM. I'm having some different link here, apt sources. Okay, see, mirror internode on.net, something it is different. So it will work for me. That link is not good for me. This link will not work. That is the reason I'm not using this VM. Let me shut it down. This, it will be shut down now. So let me check the IP of this VM, what it is. It is 192.168.43.210. Okay, let me do SSH by using MOBA extern. You guys can also download this MOBA extern. This is very good utility. Okay, 192.168.43.10. This is the IP address. I'm just doing SSH to that VM. And guys, my suggestion is to use always official docs. Okay, let me go for this official doc of Docker. Docker install Ubuntu 16. See, it is necessary to mention the version. Okay, just log in here. It is just logging in. See, this is the official document, the guide to install Docker on your server. Okay, it is saying to uninstall older version. Okay, if you guys are having any, so you can run this command. I want to install it. So before installing, I'll have to run this command apt-get update. Okay, so what this command will be doing, it will be updating my repository. Okay, so instead of directly VM, see, I cannot paste content directly into my VM. That is the reason I'm using MOBA extern. That is the reason I'm doing SSH. Okay, by using MOBA extern, I can do SSH. Hey, why it is not starting? Let me check it out. It is not starting. System CTL status and what is this? SSHD. It is active and running. 210.192.168. Some which is not selected. That is the reason I was not able to SSH into this VM. This promise does not allow all. Save it now. Once let me restart the showing the status. Restart now. It is restarting. Yeah, it is being restarted. Let's try it now. If it's good, so we will be able to SSH that VM. See, it is working now. See, it is asking for password. Okay. Access denied. No, what could be the error? What could be the issue? We'll have to check it out first of all. Now, I think root user login is not permitted. I'll have to check for that only. I'm just checking it out. How will be checking it out? Vi etc ssh and sshd dash config. Give me a moment. Okay. See here. What it is saying? Permit root login, provided password. Okay. Let's allow it with writing yes. Good. Yeah. Now restart SSHD. Restart SSHD. Give me a moment. Guys, give me a moment. I'll be back. Sorry for the disturbance, guys. And yeah, let's try it now again. Duplicate tab. Close that one. I hope, yeah, it is logging in. Yeah, we logged in now into our VM. Now we are able to do SSH here. Okay. So now the first command, what was that? apt get update. It will be updating its repository. See, it is updating the repository. Till then, we will be seeing the step 2. Okay. We'll have to install some HTTP transport layer, some certificates, curl curl command. Okay, we'll have to install these all software packages. I'm just copying this and pasting over here. Okay. Okay, wait for some time. Actually, process is going on. We'll have to wait. Yes. Reading packages list. Yes. Now paste it. Simply nothing to do more things. Just copy and paste here. Install it. Just make it yes. So this whole thing will be installed. Now let's uh, go for the another step, the third step. Here, what we'll have to do, we are able to add official GPG key, okay, to our repository. Simply, I'm just copying and pasting this thing, okay. Installing installation is in process. It will take more time. Okay, so now let's add the GPG key. Okay, some more additional steps we are having, like adding fingerprints and all. So we will not be doing this. It's not required, optional process. Okay. Okay. So now the thing here is we are having some uh, repository versions, right? We are having three types of repository. First one is stable. So we should always go with this stable repository. Okay. All the stable component or libraries will be there. If you are going with this some nightly or test repository, so updated thing will definitely will be there, but uh, bugs will be there. Okay, bugs also will be there. So it's better to use this is stable repository. Okay, I'm just adding this stable repository to my server. Yes, stable, add this. Let's see another steps. Finally, we will have to again update our repository because we added something, some GPG key or some stable repo. So that is the reason we'll have to run this command apt update. Okay, so let's update our repository. Installation is done. Yeah, it's done now. Update the repository, and then finally here the final step that will be installing Docker to our server on our server. Okay, process is going on. Process is still running. Let it execute. Installing Docker is very easy process, guys. Once if you are installing Kubernetes, so you will be seeing that the long or very lengthy process to install or create Kubernetes cluster. That's done now, and let's install it. Yes, install it. Do you want to continue? Yes, definitely I want to continue install it. It will install the Docker now. So now let's see. We are having Docker Hub, okay, where all the official repository of container images are available. Okay, let me go there. I'll be showing you. Uh, not docs. Okay, so hub.docker.com. Hub.docker.com. So what is this hub.docker.com? Into this URL, this is official Docker's URL where all the official images of containers are available, like your Apache, Nginx, MySQL, okay, WebLogic, everything will be available here. That is the reason what the reason why we use this Docker while we are having another option too. Okay, so because Docker is very famous one, every trusted brand or software vendors, they are providing their updated software or container images to Docker Hub. Let's say you want to search some container, like container image like Nginx. Just write Nginx over here and press enter to search. See here, it's searching for the Nginx image. See here, the first one. Let it load completely. See here, we will be having our engine. We will be having here Nginx logo, and right side. See this official image tag. Okay, this is the official image. Okay, you guys might be having same Nginx image with some another name, and the Nginx directly it is mentioning here Nginx. So this is the only official vendor or supplier of the image. They will be having direct name like Nginx. Else people will be having some name and slash and then their image name. See this one. This is also provided by Nginx slash Nginx actually Nginx is the username. Okay, slash this is the image name. Okay, see here. nginx demo / hello. This is this image is being created by some user. Okay, so this is the way we can identify, but still you are confused, so it's better to see this official image tag. It represents that this is the official image. Just click on that. Once we are clicking on the image, so it will be showing what all configurations you can do with. Let's check this. Yeah, this is still downloading. See, if you want to pull this image locally to your server, so what we will have to do, we will have to run this command docker pull nginx, the image name. Even we can copy here. It is showing some option, copy and paste into your server. So this image will be downloaded to your local machine. Okay, means server. See, if you want to download nginx separate version, so here we are having versions. See, 1.178 and some more versions we are having, alpine version, pearl version, 1.16, 1.161, and so on. So many versions we are having. Okay, let it install, and then I'll be telling you how to check version and images and all. This is the official doc. You'll be having all the configurations idea about here. See what it is saying: hosting simple static content. Okay, docker run and the name nginx, and volume, it is just mounting host volume to docker. Okay, such kind of thing we are having here. You'll be seeing. Let it complete. Installation is in process. Guys, so see, installation is done. How we can verify it? So simply we can run docker, hey, type it, dash version. Okay, see, it is started showing that docker version 19.03.5. Okay, it's saying about build. So now our docker has been installed. Let's see, I want to use docker version without the dash. There are some difference between docker dash version or docker version. Okay, let's see them. Okay, docker version, pressing enter again, and let's see some more information and detailed information about our docker version. So first line is saying the client. You know what is the client? Client means our local server where our docker is installed. Here it installed docker 19.0. This version, API version. It is talking about API version, Go version. Actually, this is written in Go language. That is the reason here it is showing Go languages version, Git commit ID, okay, build date, and OS architecture is Linux. And now server. We are talking about the server now. What is the server? It is having one service inside this um, docker, that is called this is the main docker engine. Okay, so let's say you're installing docker on a Mac operating system or Windows or somewhere else. So whenever you will be seeing this client section, so it will be showing operating system name here. It could be anything like Mac or Windows, anything. But this server section. Okay, this is the main Docker engine. Here it will always be showing you operating system architecture Linux. Okay, rest of the thing will be same: git commit ID and the build timestamp, API version, and so on, like container D version.
What
Okay,
is Docker Engine and what is a Docker API?
Docker engine and Docker API. So Docker API, it will be using that. Let's say you are writing some, you are creating some container. So that container will be created through the APIs. Okay, some configurations are there that will be using that only. This is the version of Docker API. And Docker engine. Docker engine, it is the bundle of services. Okay, that will be providing you infrastructure, or it will be providing you service to create Docker containers. Okay, and let's see Docker info command now. Docker info. Let me write dash dash again. Same thing will be here. Now see here, Docker dash dash info. What this command will be doing here, it will be showing you some information like management commands. Okay, in this latest version, it divided commands into two parts: management command, right? Builder, configure, engine, image, network, node, plugin, secret. These all things. Okay, so many. So management commands you can see separately here, and these all commands. This is for container command: attach, build, commit, cp, create, diff, okay, exec, export. So these are all are the container command that you will be using for container creation, pulling image, okay, such kind of thing. And now let's see Docker info. See, lot of descriptions we are having here. So in short, see, let's say you are having more hundreds of container in your server, like uh, some are running, some are paused, some are stopped. So their information will be available here. See, container, the total number of container, how many are running, how many are stopped, paused, how many images you are locally you are having on your machine. So that information will be here. Okay, so let's create a container now. To create a container, we should be having one image. So firstly, I want to install or create nginx container. Okay, so what I have to do here is I should be having that image available locally. If that image is not available in local system or local my server, so what it will be doing, it will be going to Docker Hub and it will be fetching that image. Okay, let's create now. Docker run dash dash name. Here I'll be assigning some name to my image. Okay, like web server. Okay. P. Okay, this is the port actually. And instead of p directly, we can write full name. Okay, publish dash dash publish. Instead of publish, we can write, or we can use -p. Here we'll have to assign the host port. Okay, this port will be accessible on my host machine. I'm mapping to port number 80. Now see nginx. This is the image what I want to call. I need some specific version of this image, so I'll have to mention that here, right? Like I want to download, I want to use nginx 1.7.1, some version. Okay, whatever version is there, we can mention by putting colon over there. If we are not mentioning any version over here, so this command will be fetching latest version of nginx. Okay, let's see. Unable to find image nginx latest locally. It is just pulling it now, pulling it from library. We'll have to wait. Actually, my internet connection is running slow. That is the reason it is slowly downloading the image. Somebody sent some chat message. Okay. So Anvesh, what I can do is for you, I'll be sharing some links to you. It is not possible for me to install Docker on my Lappy right now. Okay, that link will be help you out. Share me the video. Okay, still installing. Now what this command will be doing? This will be starting Nginx command. Sorry, Nginx server, and that Nginx server will be running on foreground. Okay. Slowly download.
Hi Manish.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you see my chat? This is Anvesh.
Sorry.
Can you see my chat? I sent a new message. This is Anvesh.
Let me check.
Sure.
Yeah. This is Nginx Plus paid version and hard to work. Nginx act like load balancer, right? Okay. What the difference between Nginx and Nginx? This is totally different scenario. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I was working with Nginx
Yeah, we
Plus.
can use Nginx as reverse proxy as well. Nginx reverse proxy you can configure. That is free. Okay.
Okay.
Download complete now. See, now let's try to access this container now, Nginx container from the browser. Let me write 192.168.43. The IP of this VM 210. Oh, it's still extracting. Okay, 210:8080. Let me check whether it's fully complete or not. Yes, let it complete this process and then we will be accessing that URL. Okay, press enter here. See, this is how my Nginx is working now. This is the default page of my Nginx. That container is accessible from port number 8080 that I mapped. Okay, so now see, as I told you, this is running in foreground, so it is generating logs. We can see the logs over here. If I'm again going on browser and refreshing the page 1, 2, 3 times, so it will be generating the logs, and those logs will be available here. We can see them. Okay, see, it is generating the logs. Okay, so nobody wants to run container in foreground, so let's see how this container we can execute in background. Okay, Control C option to close this, and once I'm pressing Control C, so this container will be stopped now. Okay, this container is being stopped. And how we can check it out whether this container is running or not? By running docker ps command. This docker ps command will be telling us if some container, whatever container are running, so it will be listing it here. Okay, let's see what all container are in stopped mode. Okay, or they are stopped. So how we'll be doing? Simply we will be using docker ps -a command. See, this container is exited. It is showing the status exited 35 seconds ago. Okay, its name was web server. You know, but if I'm not specifying container name over here, so it will be having some custom or some random name to this container. Okay, this container will be having some random name. Let's say I want to execute this container in background. Okay, how we can do that? Simply write -d, or you can use --detach. Okay, I'm just starting the same container, and always remember that if you created any container previously with some name, so same name container will not be started here. It will throwing some error. That's the reason I'm just adding some 1 2 3 something like that, and port, the same port I'm just assigning an nginx image. Let's see. Yeah, so this is the ID of my container, and my container is started again. This is new container. How we can check it out? By running docker ps command. It will be showing the information. See, this is the container ID, the image. This is the command. Okay, this is the command that is uh, making like it is executing your nginx in background. Okay, created 15 seconds ago, and is the status up 10 seconds. Okay, the port or the IP or 0.0.0 means all the IP addresses. Okay, all the IPs are allowed to access this container from host port 8080, and it is mapped to containers port number 80. Okay, this is the containers port 80 and the name of my container. I want to access again that container, so see here it is accessible here. Okay, see, it is accessible, it is working. Now let's see, I want to see the log of this container, what logs it is generating and what all logs we are having in this container. So how we can check it out? Simply run docker. This is optional. Okay, docker container, writing this word container keyword. Okay, it is optional. Docker container logs and the container name. Yeah, see, it is showing me the log, whatever logs we are having here, it is showing. Let's say let me press 2 3 times again, so it can generate some more logs, so we can see them here. See, these are logs. It is generating logs. Okay, and let's see, if I want to know how many images I'm having in my server, how we can check it out? It is very simple. That is docker images, images. Okay, currently I am having one single image, that is nginx image. I can list that. Okay, and give me a moment. Okay, let's see. um, let's say I want to see what all processes are running inside my container. Okay, inside my container, how we can check it out? Simply run the docker top command. Docker top and the container name. Here you have to specify the container name. Web server 123. See, these all processes are executing inside my container. Let me clear the screen and again see. UID. PID means process ID and the parent process ID here. Okay, the timestamp is showing and the command what is executing inside my container, nginx. Okay, and some nginx worker process ID.
So what is the process ID of the container? Is a 5064?
Containers process ID.
Yeah,
Containers process ID. Containers process ID will be this one, parent process
50.
ID.
So if I kill
This is the
5045, does it kill the container?
yeah, it will be killing the container.
Can you just give a
Okay,
try?
and this is the process. This is the process 5064. This process is for this nginx, whatever it is executing inside this. Okay, let's say ps elf, and let me grab what to grab 5045. Oh, sorry, 45 now. See, run c 5045. Yeah, it will be killing the container. Okay, kill -9 and this one. See, that gone now. It's not there. Container has been stopped. You can verify it. Docker ps command. See, container has been stopped now.
What is that
Okay.
container shim? If you see on the top, what is container shim? Like, is it a part of Docker?
No. Container trim. Okay, yeah. This is the namespace. See, it is mentioning here. It is the container process actually. Okay.
Container
Container
process.
stream is available in namespace mob by. This default namespace actually. Okay. So we
Namespace
create
is fine. What is container shim? What does it mean?
container stream is the, you can say it's the process now.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. What else to see? Okay, some more commands we are having. That is like Docker container stats command. Let's say we are having multiple containers that are running. Okay, so we want to see the stats of those. So let me start some container first of all, then only we able to see. So I'll not be able to create the same container again. So how we can do that? Let's see. Some more container we are having that is in exited status. Okay, their status is exited, and I want to remove these containers. How we can do that? Okay, so to do this, Docker rm and the container ID. By putting the space, I can do that. Okay, this is the one way. The another way, I'm just telling you, Docker rm. See, if we are just want to delete manually one by one, so it will be taking long time. And if on the ones you want to delete all the container, they are whatever they are having exited status. Okay, want to remove all the exited status container from your server, so we can follow this command. Okay, docker rm docker minus pq. Okay, docker ps aq. See, it is removing all the container with exited status. See, they all been removed. What this docker ps aq command will be doing, this command will be listing all the containers id only. Okay, if we are running docker ps a command, so it shows all the information like container id, image, command, and all the detailed information. I want to list all the container id, so just it is listing them. That is it. Okay, so what I was saying, container stats. Okay, let me start some containers so that we can see some statistics. Yeah, see, one container is being started now. One more with some different port number because this is already assigned to some another container, and yeah, this one now. Start. Yeah. So now uh, Docker stats command. See this one now. So see, it is showing live statistics of container, like how much CPU container is using, about the RAM, how much RAM it is using, and so on. Memory as well. See, 0.7%. Oh my god. Yeah, see, this live statics. That is the reason it is just coming and just showing and just going back somewhere. So see, this all the live statistics. And if you want to come out from this console, so simply what we will be doing, we will doing control C key. Okay.
Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest. Want to study further? Subscribe to our paid membership to get a deep dive into each and every topic. Do look out for more videos in our playlist and subscribe to our DevOps School channel and hit the bell icon to learn more. Keep learning.